Okay. Wanna do King's Fall? No, I'm good at mini. I'm decent. You got me fucked up. Oi, Ben. What fucking fuckers? Hello? I don't know what life is right now. Yo. Hello? I could hear you then. Wait, I could hear you for a second then, bro. This is some fucked up shit, bro. What's life? Oh, we could just fucking do this shit. We could just do this. That's lit.
Group B.
Yo.
John has
Oh, it's on. It's on, bro.
egg. Let's see who it is.
This is exciting, man.
Oh, we're finding out just everybody else's.
Okay.
Oh,
Group
shit.
B's first team will be Supremacy. The French squad filling on in. To continue with the selection, John making sure he's...
So I'm gonna have to turn this off and turn everything down real quick. Fuck. As in, my stream's gonna be too loud. Alright.
The Australian squad.
Here we go.
Okay, so things are already starting to shape up. Once again, guys,
they're
building
already
the
on Group
foundation
B.
of these groups.
Yep.
Starting from the bottom, working our way up. Let's go with this one.
All right, the
Why
first
not?
team
I don't know what's
for
going on.
Group D will wind up being Pulse Gaming.
Pulse gaming. Oh, you could just call me if you want,
Now
mate.
we're
If it's
down
easier,
to
you can just call me
our
on the
final
phone.
four.
These will now fill in.
Because I was about to say, if
the
you can
final
do
four
that, that
groups.
means you can use your internet. You know what I mean?
For Group E, we have ourselves
Alright.
Giants Gaming, the Spanish squad.
Giants.
Okay, final three.
Was that Giants, Supremacy, and another squad? Pulse. Giants, Pulse, and,
Make a selection. There you
and
go.
Supremacy in one.
For Group
in one.
F, our first
That's
team
3 EU.
will be Tainted
All right.
Minds.
Tainted Minds, that's an ANZ team.
Now we're down
Alright,
to our
ring me
final
then.
two.
All right,
Well, not much mixing really to do here.
let's go ahead and make that selection. For Group G, we have Team Vitality.
Vitality.
And the last
Okay.
one.
The final selection will be Team
LDLC.
LDLC for Group H.
Yeah, you're
we
right.
have our Pod D team selected, and now we know the first teams in each group. We've begun to build that foundation, as you mentioned. Obviously, these teams will now figure out who exactly they'll be facing from Pods C, B, and A, but that's still to come. For now, though, we're going to send it back over to Maven and Matt to give their thoughts on what we've seen so far.
All right, great stuff so far, gentlemen. Like we mentioned,
Okay.
we're going to be putting them throughout here in order. Yes, there is randomness to it, but it does draw group
so
by
this is
group
how
by
it
group.
works.
And you can see how it broke down thus far. Now,
So
obviously, this is
they're
no
drawing
tension as we go on. When you get closer
all
to
of
that,
the teams
that
from
B
each
pod,
region
A pod,
in
it's gonna start to
in
escalate as
each
far
bowl,
as, you get
and then they're
closer
putting
and
them
closer to
in
those top
order
teams.
in
Well, look, we
A,
don't know
B,
much
C,
right
D,
now,
and E. So
right?
they're not just
Obviously, we
pulling
know
one from each
team
and
in
putting
each
them in the
group.
groups.
Kind of
Okay.
look who are some of the standouts in this. LDLC,
Yeah.
you know, like Revan said, Shane, you see Watson on this team. What can they do? I think they could be like, you know, a dark horse, maybe upset one of these top
Oh,
teams.
the
I think
the
you look out
MLG
Chiefs
stream
were
size
solid as
ass.
well.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
is.
Chiefs were very good in the ANZ region. You know, Stage
Yeah.
2, they obviously.
So is it?
performed
They
well.
just
Stage
picked
1, I mean, they
Supremacy,
performed a little bit better. You could see
LDLC,
them taking a spot
Giants,
like that, like an
Tainted
Olympic, for
Minds,
instance, and, you know, be in that pod.
and
But like you said,
one more.
really just the foundation for now. We're only through that Pod D. We're going to continue on through, guys. We got a lot to go.
Yeah.
Let's get into Pod C. We'll throw it right back over to Jack and John.
All right, so one pod down. Now we begin with the next selections. This will be Pod C. So, you know, these are maybe some more squads that made it on through some online qualifiers.
For instance, Cloud9's in this pod.
Cloud9 in this pod. You're starting to see some more familiar names, especially in that North American region. Let's go ahead, begin with the selections. And as we said, just like last time, we will first put the names in, get them set up in the bowl, and then begin. Our first team in Pod C will be Epsilon Esports.
All right, so Radiant
Epsilon,
Company,
are you
look,
on the same
I'm
part
sure
as
you guys
me?
know a lot about this team. At times they're pretty outspoken on Twitter and other aspects of social media.
Okay.
But they've yet to back up their talks at a LAN performance. I hope they can do it here at XP. I'm a big fan of this lineup.
Definitely is the event to do it at. Our second team in Pod C will be Fab Games.
Let's try and redo the quality here real quick.
All right, so you guys probably know this organization because they had YouTubers Kiwi and Squad, but it's not the same team coming into this event. I hope these guys, once again, can make a deep run just because I feel like this is the year for an international winner, man. I'm feeling it.
Oh, I'm ready for it, too. So much practice I got to get this year. Our next team, Living the Dream.
All right, so this is the
Living the
XTSM lineup. They bring on accuracy as well, so Pac-Man, Wheats, Ivy,
Pac-Man,
and accuracy.
Wheats, Ivy,
they had a
and
tough run in the qualifier
no
over the
Cole Chan.
weekend. They were able to solidify their spot here.
Yeah.
They find themselves
So
in
they
Pod
got
C.
rid of Cole Chan and
Good
replaced
team
him
that they made.
with
That's all that matters.
accuracy.
Our fourth team in Pod
which is a
C,
bad move.
Most Wanted.
I mean, this is a
MW.
team, you know, coming into this qualifier, you
don't
look
think
at
he's
all
on the
these big
squad.
names, you know, they're ones that kind of slip through the cracks, and, you know, of course, upsets
These are
happen.
online
This
qualifier
is one of
teams.
the teams that made their, or solidified their spot coming to this event off the back of an impressive performance.
Our fifth team in Pod C, Apotheon Esports.
These
Yeah.
guys played pretty well at MLG Orlando from
this is
what I remember
Apotheon.
a couple weeks back.
Okay.
Wonder if they could replicate that performance here at XP. I'm
Okay,
sure they
I'll
would love
delay
to,
them.
you know, kind of build a name for themselves and get more exposure behind them.
Obviously, they started all the way back as an organization at the
Yeah.
start of the year. Now coming back into Call of Duty Championships, our sixth team will be Cloud9.
You can never doubt.
This
Patrick
isn't a
Price.
surprising
Captain
part
Price,
of
when we're
the,
talking about the biggest event
of
the
the
year. Some
pool anyway. They're
question
just telling you what the
how
teams are before they do it,
determined
aren't they?
He was, or kind of
So that's
how much he was
that's
practicing
Cloud9. That's
coming into
Axe's
some of
squad.
the early events of the year.
They
You
almost
can't have those doubts coming to this event.
Yeah, they
You know
almost
he's
didn't get
prepared.
through. They went down to the losers
Our
bracket
seventh
and
team.
almost didn't get through.
Corn.
All right, so
Corn.
I know this is a little bit of a weird
Corn.
team name, but look, you got some veterans behind this slam, right?
Yes.
You're going to have Twiz, you're going to have TCM, you're going
Twiz,
to
TCM.
also have BL Fire and Method, some of my
BL
former
and
teammates on this
Methods.
lineup. I would love to see them succeed just because mainly I'm friends with
Twiz,
them.
BL Fire,
Realistically,
Methods, and
they're
one
kind
more, I
of like
forget.
a pickup squad coming to this qualifier.
pretty-
Hopefully they could practice and put the
Pretty
time
like
in.
Well, they made it on
team.
in. I know one team that's been putting the time in, Panda Gaming. They make it on in, and they will
Fucking
be the final
nerd,
team
Killer Sloss,
in Pod
Adam,
C.
you
And look,
da
some of these
sells
players, Nelson especially, at times he's polarizing on social media, but from his tweets that I
That's my
saw
chat.
over the weekend, he had one hell of a weekend of Call of Duty. He was always on top of the leaderboard from the scoreboards I saw.
All right, well, that is the teams in Pod C. Now we will begin the selection process
All right,
just
here we
like
go.
last time. The first team we choose will filter right into Group A.
So, yeah.
John, go ahead, spin those around.
Group A will
Make
be
that
in with
first selection.
Supremacy.
The
So this
first
is the team
from
with
Pod C
Supremacy.
to go into Group A will be the squad Living the Dream.
Living the dream.
All right, so
is
they're
that
going to be
Twiz?
matching up with Revoltables.
That Twiz's team or is that Apotheon? I don't know.
Find
I
out.
love we get to see it all play out just in front of us on the big board. The second team
Cloud9.
from Pod C, this
Please
team
be
will go
Cloud9.
into Group B is Apotheon Esports.
Okay, so
Okay.
Supremacy, of course, also in that group. And already we're starting to see the groups kind of
Yeah,
be made right in front of our eyes, as you were saying.
as you know, the three different regions coming on out. Our third team, sorry.
These
This
are more
team
online
will filter
qualifier
into
teams.
Group C will be Fab Games.
Oh, so it's not Fabby
Okay.
then.
And
So
to round
it's
out
not
the first half
Fabby,
of
it's
teams,
Fab, and Fabby is
Pod C.
different.
Go
Is
ahead.
it?
Oh,
I'll pick this one.
There you
There's the
go.
broken side.
it wound up as you went to go grab it, popped it on open. The team to fit into Group D will be Epsilon Esports.
Okay.
Okay,
Now
so
we've got
first
the
half
first
done.
half of our group's done. Now for the bottom half, John to make the selection. For Group E, the team that will filter on in the second team in Group E will be Corn.
I'm sure everybody's fearing
Okay.
the fabled Corn Squad.
Excited to see they made it on in. Now for the team to fit into Group F. As we continue on through the second team in Group F will be Most Wanted.
It's cool. I'm actually taking a look at Maven and X kind of picking the teams,
Yeah.
placing them on the board, and
Yeah.
just seeing how
Was that a
everything's just
Apotheon?
kinda
I didn't look.
filling up on the board. It's cool to see.
Most
In
wanted.
front of us, our team to fit into Group G, the second to last team, will be Cloud9.
C9,
Second to last
okay.
team from Pod C, now into Group G. And now finally the final team from Pod C, they will fit into Group H. There's only one selection. It will be Panda Gaming.
That's Panda, so that's
Those are your
Havoc's team.
teams. So now we know 2 of the 4 squads in the different groups. Pods D and C done.
PNDA.
Go ahead though, throw it back over to Maven and Mr. X to begin to paint the picture that we've
All right, so I started writing down
All right,
at the
thanks
end.
a lot,
then.
guys. Now,
so, yeah,
still
all right.
sort of building that foundation,
Yeah.
right? We're halfway there, but when you take
Right.
a look at these particular 8 teams,
The
I mean,
NA
I think we
none
may
of
be in
the,
agreement when you're talking,
the
I'm
auto-qualified
kinda
NA
scary
teams
some
have been
fun.
put
Yeah,
in
you
there.
would say Cloud9 is definitely the scariest out of
Living the
teams
Dream
that
are
were
in
pulled out
A.
of Pod C. You know, they have an underwhelming performance in the online qualifier over the weekend, but I expect them to bounce back at COD XP. You look elsewhere, I think this is actually pretty good for Epsilon, to be honest. I mean, you get another team in your region, somebody that you're kind of comfortable with, who you've seen before. You're not going to get drafted against like
Yeah.
an A and Z team. I think for Most Wanted, that's a pretty scary pool. Like
the
Most
NA
Wanted
qualifying
that's a
team
pretty good start to that pool.
And just to clarify, basically, the qualified team 2 is going to
Vitality
be
with Cloud9. Vitality, well, it depends who they get in their group, because Vitality are pretty, they're like all right. Vitality are like a decent enough team.
A little bit of a guessing game is who was going to get in. I mean, we can do predictions.
That is
We
if
weren't
it's
sure
still
how
the
it'll
Marky
play
B
out.
lineup.
So,
I may be
yeah,
completely
I mean,
behind. I
for
don't
us,
even pay attention
an
to
upset
EU
to some
COD, to be
degree. You
honest.
saw some teams get knocked out. Maybe you didn't expect.
I think
Pod
they
the
may be
Most
second
Wanted
seed,
able to
OG.
get it done. But guys, that is going to cover it now
think it-
for Pod C as we continue to get through our 8 groups. Coming up next is going to be Pod B. To break it down, we'll toss it right back over to the guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. We're cruising right on through. We've seen half the teams get selected, 16 teams now set up. Now time to go after, well, as many would regard the big dogs. These are the guys that you'd expect to maybe have the greatest chance of winning, who some, even maybe some favorites of the events in groups in pods B and
Okay,
A.
these are the big teams then.
John, this time around, though, you will begin the process
Okay,
for
so-
pod B. Go ahead, break it
Okay,
down for
so
me.
B and A are
First team
both.
Pod B, going to be Complexity
Okay,
Gaming.
there's
Some
Parasite.
new guys on this lineup, obviously shifting on over. The big thing to see, though, Havoc playing at his first Call of Duty Champs, turns 18, now with an opportunity to play.
That is
on the
Parasite,
main
right?
stage,
He is on
going for it
COL
all in
still.
competitive Call
Well,
of
no,
Duty.
but he was
This will be a
for
big
a
event
while.
him
He
to
left them
continue
for a
to
while.
Yeah, unfortunately, couldn't carry you to that tournament victory last night, but second team, Pod B, none other than the Australian powerhouse Mind Freak.
Mind Freak. These guys have dominated.
That's the ANZ number
region
one.
For as long as I can really remember at this point. They held the top.
They're
4
good.
out of
They
the
are
top
actually good.
5
They're actually good.
KDs in stage 1 and stage 2. Now looking to do it on an international scale.
I know, but
All
just
right,
don't.
next team up,
They
it's a
can be
familiar
like a good
organization
team.
with some new players, Team Caliber.
So TK, who is on this
The
squad?
third team here in Group
Is
B,
is Goonjar on this
a
squad?
squad that many people would regard as
Oh, I thought
some
he
veterans
was. I think
looking
he's
to
the
get
only
back
one.
On top, we've continued to develop through Group B. Now, though, we will send it back over to Maven and Mr. X.
All right. Well, we're gonna start to take a little bit more time with these as we actually
Yeah, it's one-
get
one
the
of
picks.
them.
They start
It- oh,
to
it
come
is theory,
through.
it's only
because for
theory.
the most part, you saw
Out
the
of
video
all of them.
earlier, kind of showing how the pods broke down.
Is he?
It just gets more and scarier and
swear when I-
scarier as we get closer and closer.
Yeah,
to
I looked at
And I'll
the
tell you, man,
squads
I
a
mean, you
couple
look
days
at some of
ago.
these
so there
teams
was
that are
only
going to
one
be
of
in
them.
Pod B. You're looking at Allegiance, Elevate, Complexity. It's just so many top
Allegiance.
teams. I mean, you
Imagine
look
if
at a
they
pool like
fucking-
a group like Group G. I mean,
Imagine if they win, they get the Halo
Championships.
Championships.
Then you're looking at
and
another
this.
team that's going to make it in, and somebody like, let's
sorry,
say, like
no,
an
they
Optic
didn't
Gaming
get
or an
it.
Envy,
They got
and then
second,
just
didn't
how
they?
strong that group is. This is where things start to get scary.
Oh, it's going to be very, very scary. But to start the selection
Right.
process here for
Let's look at
the
these-
actual
let's look
pod
at
B, we'll
these-
throw it back to the guys to begin.
So they got.
All right, let's continue with it. We've seen 3 of our teams now get filtered into Pod B. Revan, continue.
They're
Who's
not
next?
showing
It's going to
them.
be Elevate.
Oh, there's Nagafen.
Elevate. A
They're
squad
not
that
showing
moves.
enough of
They've
the
had their ups
fucking
and
of the
downs, whether
groups.
it's
Like they're
between the
going straight
online
under the
league
groups and
and
off them
land
again.
performances. Now, though,
So there's
they've finally
Naga.
qualified. They've gotten over that big hump, and now they can go ahead and go for another
React
fight.
to my
Remember,
videos.
this is really the foundation of the team that got
You
second place
gamer.
at Call of
I'm
Duty
go-
Champs back.
Maybe at some point, bro.
Yeah,
I
and they
don't-
also had to make
I
a
don't
loser
know.
bracket 1 to qualify.
Yep.
Oh, they
Next
look
team
like
up, gonna be
cancer. Maybe I'll
Allegiance.
give it a look later, bro.
Allegiance. Well, it's a team that I was on the fence of. Were they going to qualify? Were they going to make it in?
Who
They
was
definitely
this?
Had the skill to do so.
Who did they-
Well, they've made
Allegiance,
It. Now
that was
they've
Allegiance.
gotta grind and prepare. A team that is
I
kinda
don't
just
know
been
who's on
thrown
that
together
squad.
in the last couple weeks, looking to see how they can really perform at something like a Call of Duty XP.
All right, now it's going to be a European team, Hyper Games.
Hyper Games. This squad.
HG.
The one thing that's known about them: how are they going to perform on land versus something like an online league? at Gfinity Summer Masters. They made it to that grand finals. Unfortunately, didn't put up the fight you'd want to see from them against the likes of Splice. In this group, or Pod B, you got to begin to wonder how much or how well do they stack up against some of these other teams that they can wind up facing later on in the bracket play. For now, though, they'll be filtered in to be selected in Pod B. Revan, let's continue on through.
All right, now it's an Australian team, Orbit.
Maybe it'll bet you game, yeah,
it was
maybe.
fun watching these guys play back at the Stage 2 finals.
Nimble specifically.
Nimble
the actual
specifically,
stream.
major playmaker. Unfortunately, probably not the
You can get it on the
so far
either on
just
Black
to
Ops
be
3
there.
or I think
Team
it's on the
Orbit
MLG
looking to see if they could finally crack
website, as
into
in
that
the
top spot
MLG.tv.
in the ANZ region. Revan, that leaves us with one team to filter into Pod B.
It's another European
There's a
powerhouse
Splice.
team.
That's the best team in EU right now. They can win champs. I think they can win. They beat FaZe and Rise and COL in an event. They can win. They're really good. If they grind, they can win the event 100%, or they can find themselves in a grand final.
We have our teams. They are set up. Revan, ready to begin the selection process?
I'm ready to get those.
So
two
A
going,
has got
baby.
FaZe,
As you were saying,
Rise,
kinda going into
Optic,
these
and
pods,
yeah, and
these are
Envy.
now the teams that you
And-
expect to maybe make a deep run in the tournament we're talking
Yeah,
about.
but I would have thought that
Let's get it
I
started.
want
Our
the
first
randomness.
selection, this team will filter right on in to Group A. I'll go ahead and spin it all around.
I mean, like last year,
The first team will be.
denial.
Let's see it.
Splice.
Splice will filter into Group A.
Splicing it. Oh, where's this animation been?
I guess you're first of the big boys, right? As we're
Okay,
starting to get into these
they're
two
cutting.
top pods.
Yeah. Okay,
they're
they're
gonna be
doing this
joining Group
cut.
A. You can snag it
Shit.
there and add it to the Living the Dream in Revoltables class here for Group A. I guess what are your scores? I mean, we talked about the fact that G's is scariest.
yes,
for
I
us
am
thus far.
done.
How do you feel about A?
I would have said if Living the Dream would have gotten like somebody on the lower end of like the Pod B, like maybe they
Never know.
come out and they're like a C team that
Who's
can
this
come out,
fucking
make
hater in the
group, or
chat,
get
bro?
second in the group,
Who's
I
this
should say.
fucking hater?
Once you see
are
Splice
you,
go off the
bro?
board there, I think that they're going to need a lot of help to
Fucking
get out of that
Ibo.
group.
Yeah, you're
Nice
thinking
5
this may be
views,
one of
bro.
your
See
first
that?
North
Get
American
out,
teams,
get out.
potentially not to, well, I guess to get that 17 through 32nd
Yeah.
spot at champs, going to be very difficult because it could be like a Splice face, Splice Optic.
What are you talking
They're
about?
going to have two big
I
upsets.
mean,
to
looking
get
at the
their
teams
groups.
in Pod B, you could have made
You not see
an
what
argument that Splice
you not see
was
what
the
Splice did at
strongest
Anaheim,
Yeah,
Ibo,
they
bro.
really could. Not a great draw for Living the
Why not
Dream,
mute
but
him
we'll
for 5
continue to
out
go
of million
forward here.
seconds?
Let's
Yeah,
get
no, I
back to
don't
the
know. I'm not
guys here
gonna
to draw
bother.
for Group B.
I'll let him talk.
Right now,
That's
it is
possibly
time for
that's
Group
probably
B
impossible.
from
Yeah.
Pod B, which came, will it
Splice
be?
can 100%. Like, no one thought TR were going to place well last year, but they came out of fucking nowhere and placed second. And they were just about to get into the fucking...
With pleasure. So
they were
the
just
second
about to
team
win. Like,
out
they
of
were
Pod
going to
B,
win.
going into
They were
Group
so
B.
close to winning.
It's going to be none other than Hyper Games.
Says HG.
Hyper Games now getting
They
the
are.
draw here.
I think Splice
for
could do well.
Group B.
Fuck the haters.
You got to think Splice feeling pretty good about their pick to kick things off. Hyper Games has to feel great as well.
They have to feel really good. I mean, they go against a Supremacy team that obviously is
I'm not
in
saying
the
they're
region,
going to.
and
They're
a most
probably
wanted
not
that
going
just
to.
kind of got put together. So I feel like Hyper Games is in a really good situation.
Group
This
B.
will actually be a Apotheon, because Apotheon's
Apotheon.
number 2. And again, this is just purely because, well, we found out
Yeah,
who these
See,
winners
Hyper
Sunday.
Games
So
are like,
Apotheon here,
they're not
most wanted,
awful.
big, you're feeling good.
Supremacy are
Regardless,
pretty
Hyper Games
pretty
is a team
average.
That, a lot of people said they've struggled on land before.
Yeah.
I
They go
say
into
whoever
one
gets
with
in
Supremacy,
group
they know they can beat,
in Group
and
E
another
right
team
now
that kinda
has
just
the
formed. I think it's
best.
a really good draw for
Hold
Hyper
on.
Games.
Well, the tension is building, Matt, as we start to get closer and closer to
Fucking
wrapping
team
up
cool.
our groups. But let's get to
Yeah,
Group C. Let's throw it
E.
back over to Jeff.
Well, that's Panda.
Gentlemen,
That's like a good team of good NA players.
I don't even know.
That's
know
like
what to
have.
expect as group- as
That's like.
Pod B continues to get selected.
Yeah.
A lot of big hitters
it's like
still to
Havoc.
come. Go ahead, John. Who will be
Havoc.
filling into Group C?
It is going
Yeah.
to be
Let's have a
Mind
look.
Free.
All right,
Well,
so
there's the ANZ
studs
fucking-
from the Australia-New Zealand region. Apparently,
that's
none of
the
our North
ANZ
American teams from Pod B are going
Giants,
to come
so-
yet. We had back-to-back EU.
That's the
now
only hope
Australia,
that
New
ANZ
Zealand.
have got. Hater Minds can't
Humphrey
do
gets
shit.
this draw
So-
and with Chiefs as well,
So
though.
that's what I was going to say. They get drawn into
So them and
the
Chiefs.
are in there as well, and Mindfreak versus Chiefs is always a very good matchup.
That's gonna be
Arguably,
awesome.
You could say that they're the 2 top teams in the ANZ region.
Yeah.
That's going to be a crazy group.
And the
I think
fact
that's
that
the
we can
only
take a look at
ANZ
this,
match
usually
I actually
we've
watched
had,
on the
Australia, New
streams.
Zealand team make a top 8 run.
And that was lit.
Usually always
Went 5
one. I mean,
games.
By seeing that group right there, you're already chopping it in half. Like I just don't see
Yeah.
those 2 coming out of Group C when you think
Fab,
of the
yeah.
fact that you're going to have most likely a top North American team.
It's going to be very difficult. I mean, they would have. There's not really anybody they can draw where you'd say both those teams would be the favorite.
Maybe a Millennium Infuse or best chance. I don't even know what their best opportunity.
I don't know.
Here.
Yeah, it's not good.
Going to be tough for one of these squads for Australia, New Zealand, but let's keep going. Time for Group D. Revan, Jack, take it away.
It's interesting to see how it's all beginning to play out.
Yeah.
So we got the Giants coming through now, the NA Giants in the next group. We got like the second best teams here, and then the best teams in Pool A for those who are asking.
Go ahead.
Got to be
Or
a North
in
American team by
Pod
this point,
A, I
right?
think they're fucking called this bit gay.
So this time is going to be
7.
Allegiance.
Allegiance next up on the draw. They're going to be partnered now in Group D with Epsilon and Pulse Gaming. I believe it was what Allegiance is their win over, I believe, Cloud9 late yesterday was what decided who was going to be in Pod C, who was going to be in Pod B. So this works out being
I
favorable
honestly
for
feel
them.
like
And this is probably the
like as much
one
as
of
we
the
talk
groups you kind of
about
look at
there's
the ones
like
that have formed this far, it's
they're like
I'm
decent
very
teams, I
okay
almost
with
feel
this group
like
of 5
this is
Allegiance. I think
just
you can go in. An
setting
squad
up
that's been up and down. Pulse
the
Gaming,
groups
you know, they
for
get
the
in
for the fucking
qualifier. I think
giant
it's a very
teams
good
in
draw.
NA. This is
I
just like
almost
setting up
part of me
what
really
teams are going to
wishes
get
they got pulled
3-0'd.
into that group C with
Like, it's just
Cloud9.
setting up who's going to get
Rematch
3-0'd.
there
No,
between what
I
happened
think
with
that's gonna be the group you don't want to end up in.
You know what I
So
mean?
far, yes, absolutely.
Look at the teams that are on the board that could potentially go in there. You look, it could be like an Elevate, a Complexity, a TK. It's like if you were Cloud9, you would have liked to see the NA teams go out like up top. Now you have most of them down low. I mean, they're kind of, you would say they're kind of hoping Orbit ends up in there.
All right, well, let's keep moving. Group E is up next.
They're a good squad. Like Vitality is still a good squad. They're not fucking
Corn
awful.
And Giants. I don't think I'll ever get annoyed with saying Corn as a team name. Obviously,
God, part of me hopes they keep like that team name going into XP, but I have a feeling they'll be able to find an
No,
organization.
Swanee is on Millennium.
wind up happening for
That's
Group
Millennium.
E,
They'll be in
the
Group
third
A.
squad.
It is going to be Team Elevate.
There's Nagafen.
What elevator are we going to get?
They're
Matt?
probably the team
Are
I'm
we gonna
supporting
get the one that
second as
threw
much
away
this
stage
event.
2, didn't even make it to the stage 2
Look.
final? Are we going to get the top 3 team on LAN? Let's talk a little bit about
I mean,
their
this is
group now.
his fucking
Elevate on
event.
LAN is always going to play well.
This is Elevate's event, to be honest. Second last year.
I would think they make it out of groups with these. I think they
They're
probably have
so
tough games
good.
against
I
Corn.
don't
think
get how
Giants
they
is a good
don't
team from the
place like
standpoint that,
top 3
I think they're
every
going to
event.
give Elevate tough
With how
games. I
good
think they'll
Naga
Elevate
is.
know,
I
and I think it
but
sets
like
up Elevate good for bracket play.
And Elevate, like, I know they've had some
he
questionable
gets
results this
shit
year,
on
but
LAN,
I guess for
Nagafen. I
me,
don't get it.
experience of champs is a big thing because it's where if you're going to get nerves sometime throughout the course of the year, it's going to be here. at
Watch
COD.
his streams. Watch his streams. It's
Champs,
fucking
they've
mad.
all been like one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like last year, the fact they got second, like I guess I'm not worried about this team at all. Like
Yeah.
they're going to go in. They've got nothing to worry about. They've been there. They've been in this spot before. I expect a good result from them, and you got to feel pretty good right now if you're Elevate looking at Group E. But let's keep going through it.
I mean, Elevate. Do you think they'll get winners bracket against Corn and Giants?
3 teams it could possibly be from this Pod B. Let's go ahead and start the selection process.
I'm fine with being in there with Elevate. That's still a winnable group.
All right, so
By the
3
way, for
teams
those
remaining.
wondering, that's
Let's find out which one it's going to be.
that's OG.
F,
Talking
this
about
team will
OG.
filter into
Team Caliber.
TK.
Team Caliber. Now this is a squad. They've got a long history in Call of Duty.
yeah.
I was not sure that they were going to make it through
I
the
was
online
shocked.
qualifier.
To be honest, I was shocked they make it through the online qualifier. I did not think this Team Caliber team put together last minute was going to be able to do it, but
Bro, Mr. X is a savage.
You take a pull their most wanted and tainted minds here.
I love whenever a
think this
team's
team
getting
definitely
like
got a good
beaten, he's just like, they're getting
That's like funny,
railed
'cause they
right
started
now.
off
I'm just like,
almost
damn.
like a joke in stage 1.
Damn,
Right?
Mr.
I mean,
X.
it was like
You
they're
still
bringing back
the
old roster,
COL
wasn't working. They're
fucking
trying some new things
coach,
now. They
Mr.
have
X.
Theory, Goon, Happy, and Kolchan. I think you look
Goon,
at
Happy,
Those
Kolchan.
2 guys can be real powerhouse players for them. I think it's a really good draw for Team Caliber.
And you always have, I mean, whether there's different games.
That is a
sports,
good
whatever,
group.
you
They
have
could
that
get
team
into
of-
the
I kinda
fucking
wanna say
winners
like rejects, like
bracket.
they were
They're
dropped,
gonna.
couldn't make onto
It
the
depends
squad
who they
wanted to,
get.
and then they
It
end up
really
forming
depends who they get.
together and making this
Gonna
kind
make a
of crazy
video.
run.
Alright, you gamer, have a good one.
I've got this weird feeling about this TK side, but let's keep going through. We've got 2 more here for Pod B. Jack and John, who's up next?
This one has me really, really excited. You and I just looked over. I whispered to you, a potential at a complexity Cloud9 group still remains.
That's a grudge match, without a doubt.
Insane to see the scenario. We'll go ahead, get these 2 spun to find out who
was that,
exactly
sorry?
will be in that group. Obviously, only 2 selections left. John, go ahead for Group G. Who will it be?
It's going to be Team Orbit.
Ooh.
Orbit. All right. Now, yeah.
This is exactly what I was talking about, that if you were Cloud9, this is what you wanted. You did not want to see somebody like
just
Complexity
don't
coming into
like
this group.
Apes getting a fucking
That's what I'm saying.
piss
You wanted it to
group like
be
that.
Orbit.
That
I
is
don't know.
piss
I mean, Orbit's a
for an
team that
NA
can get to
team. I mean,
the match.
Vitality
Will
can
play
beat
great,
Cloud9.
at stage 2 finals.
But that's the only
He's been
people
a
they're
monster
worrying about at the
throughout
minute.
entire
I mean,
year. I think
unless
this is the best thing that
unless
Cloud9 could have gotten with
G
the teams remaining
gets-
coming in this bottom half.
Yeah, but they're shit. It's not the same squad.
Draw. I think Orbit can definitely take.
It's a
some
completely
updates.
different region. They used to be an EU team, whereas now they're an
last
AN's
night
team.
With Eggs, I was saying, like, he was like, well, how's this draw going to go? I was like, don't worry, buddy. You're going to end up getting Splice Optic.
Yeah.
Like some crazy
Group
draw.
B and H.
This has
I'll
got
take-
to
I'll
feel
take-
pretty good. Now,
I'll take
obviously,
B.
we kinda
I'll
know where the last
take-
team's going to fall.
I'll take E. Like, I'll take E. Because if Corn and Giants ain't giving you problems, it's just L. It's just
I wonder
L.
who it's going to be.
One final selection.
That was a
Go ahead, though. Get into it.
3-2-3-0 last two
Final
matches
team
they played
for
against
Group
each
D.
other.
Make sure you
Spin
mix
it
that
on
up well.
Make sure there's no other way a different team could be drawn.
No, that was a 3-0. The one before that they played was a
Complexity game.
3-2. That was that was
Complexity.
in the
Now,
grand
you've got a
finals
lot
of
of
the
history
event
with
before.
this roster. Well, this organization, Matt.
That roster. I was like, no.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
have
COL,
any
yeah, they'll
history
get on
with
with
this
Panda
roster.
and LDLC. It's pretty fucking standard. Oh, hello. Is stream crashing, bro?
Whatsoever.
With the
we
organization,
good.
you've worked
Yeah.
with them quite a bit over the years. There's this crazy swap that goes down last.
Okay, my fucking my stream.
Nobody really saw
Don't
that
leave.
coming, kinda
Don't
Cloud9
leave the
Complexity,
stream.
just
Mine
got
is
some
lagging.
fans,
Don't
switch
leave.
rosters. How do you feel about
He
Group
does
A?
that
Complexity
again,
gets a
I'll,
very good
just switch
team.
to quality.
I think.
Okay, yeah, no, we're gonna switch to quality. What group we worried about?
What's
Who
the
left out
scary
of
track?
that?
Sierra?
I don't want to be in.
Potentially.
I don't want to
Obviously,
be
we're
in
developing Corn in there, and I think Giants is a dark horse team.
It's tricky because
G,
yeah, they
or
look
I don't want to
scarier
be
now, but it all
in.
depends on
Right,
what
where the
final
Eagles go, yeah.
team gets in
Actually, I'm
which,
fine with
because
being there, it's
don't get
just
me wrong,
Splice.
all of these teams have been great throughout the course of the year, but now just
I
to
don't want to
clarify
be
before we get into it,
in
basically the NA qualified
F,
team
'cause
one
I don't
is
know
going to
who
be
that
Ground Zero, formerly DT.
NA qualified
when we were
team
getting these
is.
made, we weren't sure which roster,
Don't
how they
know.
were going to be represented, so that will be Ground Zero.
I'm getting
But
a
think about it,
freeze
there's a big
problem right
difference
now.
between having Optic fall in your pool or having Ground Zero fall in your pool, so these could shift dramatically.
Oh, so Ground Zero is that's killer. That's DT. Right, bro. I'm getting out of this stream. We're gonna redo it. Give it a second. I'm very sorry for those in the stream, by the way. I'm sorry it carries on freezing
without a
every
doubt. And I
like
think
20
you look,
seconds.
I know
like a
Mind
second.
Freak and Chiefs, they've been very good
Do
throughout
we
stage
mean-
1 and
how
2.
long is
You get
this?
somebody, you know, in your
Not that much
running
longer,
up in there,
probably
like,
not.
who they beat, Mind Freak.
They're just
at
getting the
Crown,
stream.
But like,
We're
how do
getting
they
the
do it
matches
again?
set
Like,
up.
I think those are two, like, I don't want to say evenly matched teams, but
Yeah.
I think Mind Freak can make those games close.
I'm with you. But all right, it's time. The final pod. Pod A to determine all our groups for the 2016 Call of Duty Championship.
All right, here we go.
Let's
This is
get
the big
into it. Take
boys.
it away, guys.
This is it. It's Pod A. These are the guys that throughout the year
got
have
you.
been the top dogs in their region. Some of the teams that you'd expect to come to this event with a lot of fans and a lot of viewers.
I think
thinking
I'm
these
on
are
the
guys
same
that
point as you
need
now
the
anyway,
bigs
'cause I
to win.
completely
These are the
reset
guys
my
from
shit.
the European region who can really
Sorry.
show up and finally maybe
Oh,
make
really?
it happen.
Can you hear it?
Possibly in Millennium and Infused. For now, though, let's go
okay.
ahead
My bad.
get Pod A started.
All
Ready,
right.
the first team to filter on in.
None other than Optic Gaming.
There we go.
The team that last year,
There's no
when they
need
were a squad
for me
with
to
8
wait for
shot,
you on
they
this,
thought,
'cause this
hey,
is just
this
them
was
showing
their
the teams
event to
already.
win Call of Duty champs back in Advanced Warfare. They wind up placing in 7th. It was a
Yeah.
rough one to have happen this time around.
course
but
they fucking-
want vengeance. All eyes.
They
on Optic
mentioned the
Gaming.
7th.
Scope in his first ring. Is there a third there for Karma?
Pretty crazy he doesn't have one just
Man,
yet.
Karma
But the
3
next
rings.
team in Pod A, Rise Nation.
Rise Nation, the squad that has given us some of
Number
the
like
most
4,
insane
isn't
moments in Black Ops 3. Everyone knows a solid start they had. Now, though,
They're
we've seen
average
some
now,
ups and downs. Which
this
Rise
Rise
Nation
team.
squad
They're not
will
better than
show
Elevate,
up
and they're not better
at an
than-
event like Call of Duty Champs? You know they want to prove that they were the best team.
No,
in Black
Caps
Ops.
on Envy.
For sure.
With Slash,
Third team out of Pod
Slasher,
A,
John.
Team Envious.
Oh, there they are.
Team Envious
There they
are
are.
Stage 2 champions. These guys they
Going
don't
to the
need no
tweet.
introduction.
Yeah, all
They're
right,
a solid
you gamer, I
squad
got you,
from
bro.
top to bottom. My biggest question around them, do they get 110% from all 4 players? If this team's going to win, everybody needs to give it their all. Everyone needs to pull their weight.
For sure. Fourth team out of Pod A, Luminosity.
Luminosity
There we
Gaming,
go.
a squad with some great
There's the
personalities, all good
there's
friends
the
with
dark
these
horse
guys.
team for me.
Study has been the electric playmaker for this team, and when they added Nameless to
I'm
the
scared.
squad,
Like,
they
in
got
fact, no,
that
I'm happy they can't be in
consistent assault
OG's
rifle presence
fucking
that they
group, 'cause
so
that wouldn't be
badly
nice.
needed. Luminosity, a team to definitely keep an eye out on coming into Call of Duty Champs.
Okay, so now moving into the Final Four.
I do and I don't.
Ground zero.
Ground zero.
There's Killer.
We've all seen the stories with this team making some great
no, we will.
at the stage 2 finals.
There's no
We didn't
bullshit
really
now. I think
see
they'll
too much of
scrim
it,
every
though.
day
At
for like
MLG
a
Orlando. These guys, they've had so many.
Don't get it, bro. It's on
moments this
in
year where you
2
just think,
weeks.
hey, I
Like,
think they're
it's
down and out, and then they've somehow
the first through
made
the
it
fourth.
through. Can they do it again for one final event?
Team that everybody doubts for some reason, but FaZe Clan will be up next.
FaZe Clan, these guys are one of the longest standing
Don't say
teams
for
now in
some
competitive
reason.
Call
There's
of Duty.
plenty of reason
One of
to
the
doubt
best
that squad
slaying
right now.
presence teammates
By
ever
far.
in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The issue, though, is sometimes they can forget about the objective. Will FaZe clutch up in the final event?
You just need Zoomer
We'll
and
find
Attach.
Up next, as
Enable's
we're down
always
to our
going to be
final
solid.
two,
Clay's always going to be
Millennium.
solid. There's Millennium. There's
The
Swanee.
squad that in stage 1 and stage 2, they wound up getting it done at the end. Stage 1, they clutch up. Stage 2, they clutch up.
Oh, what they do. Yeah, just
These
because
are four
Swanee's such a
veterans.
fucking
When I
G.
saw this team first formed, I
Just
said,
such a
how
G.
on earth could anyone ever beat them? And, well, I think the same thing here going into this event.
Okay, so the final team
Back
to
to
round
back.
out
What up,
Pod A
man?
is going to be Infused.
Infused.
There's
known for their
Infused.
teamwork, known
There's
for
Marky B.
Their personalities just matching so well. I always see these guys in a good...
Marky B, Zero, and the other lads who I forget every time. Are you gonna freeze like this? What is going on? I'm so sorry. My stream carries on.
Splice, Living the Dream, as well as Revolt Bulls will round out Group A.
All right.
And find out who will be the top seed
Right, here
going
we
to that
go.
one.
Number one,
Jack
I'm going to
Plot and
predict
Egg.
it's going to be
There we
Rise.
go. This one wound up popping, so go ahead and take it.
I bet I'm fucking psychic.
So the first seed out of Pod A
Be Rise,
is going to
please.
be the European powerhouse team, Millennium.
Ooh. Yeah, I know, guys in the chat, like, do not worry. It will not. Like, it just does this a couple of times and it
Millennium
stops.
gets in. Now this is you and I were kind of
So
talking
Millennium
back
getting
and
with
forth.
Splice.
Had this been like an optic or something and made it a little bit more clear cut for the 1-2, okay. This now becomes scary as hell because
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing, to be
Millennium-
honest, lads. I don't know what's going on. I might just stick it on auto detect, actually. That should fix it once it does load. Hello? Right. I should have fixed it. I know, man. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just because so many people are watching on the app. I'm just doing this. My stream's off right now. It's not even fucking on. This is bullshit, bro. Yeah, so I'm just gonna come out and come back in. Let me know what's going on, because I'm like...
It makes like that
Here we go, I'm
Splice
back.
living the dream match like that much more important, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
If Splice loses that one, then they're like forced to beat Millennium, which is
Yeah.
obviously a situation.
That's
they don't want.
mad. Millennium Splice is going to be fun as fuck. Bro, if it freezes one more time, I'm going to fucking kill someone's family, I swear. Oh my god. Stop. I have. It doesn't load when I change the quality, though. It doesn't reload. That's not... No, nah, it's not. It's never a problem. I never have an internet problem. Oh, please tell me what's going on as soon as it happens. Bro, come on, stream. Freezes one more time, let me handle it. I know, lads. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. Rise Group B.
As a team, obviously they've had some amazing performances throughout the year. They go into Group B up against the second
Rise
seed
Hyper-
team. This would be
Hyper Games.
Games, a team that like hasn't really proven themselves
Supremacy.
that much on LAN.
Yeah.
They're very
Like,
good
why is
online
it-
team.
Okay,
I
I'm just
think
gonna leave
Rise
it like
is
that,
a very
'cause it
good
will
spot
load.
to take the tops in this group.
And when you look at Apotheon, what I believe, they've been playing great online, but they also, I think, finished 9 through 12 at Orlando. So a team that can get it done online, maybe a shock could happen here. But when we talk about feeling good for Rise, like, I mean, you can almost guarantee they'll make it out of groups. It's more, do they get the #1 seed? You have to
Right.
feel very good in
I
the
mean,
spot that you're going to come out the #1 seed.
Supremacy is pretty good in the respawn game modes, but obviously you would say Rise is that much better than them, right?
Rise's problem's never been the respawn.
No, it's never been the respawn. It's been their search and destroy, but I think it's a very good draw there for Rise Nation.
All right, well, let's kick it over to Group C. We'll toss things back over to Jack and John.
Continuing the draws, now Group C to finish out Another group on the road to Call of Duty Championships 2016. COD XP, so much on the line. The best tournament ever. Who's going to fill out Group C?
All right. Cracking open the egg. Looks like
I know
it's
you
going
gamer,
to
bro.
be
You fucking
Luminosity.
You get it. Ooh!
Luminosity coming alive here over the past couple of months. You know, they bring in Nameless. Him and Study are back together, and this team looks to have a renewed vigor.
Well,
they've been playing amazing.
They got to study some Australian Call of Duty.
That's what's interesting. What are these Australian players going to pull out?
Yeah, Luminosity are happy.
know.
Freak are like decent, but you got like Chiefs, they're ass.
And look,
Fab,
Chiefs is a
they're
pretty good
average.
team. I mean, for them to be like in that D pod, like they're probably, you know, you look at some of the teams that got drafted.
I mean,
from the
like,
D-pod,
Chiefs
they're
are ass
probably
compared
the
to
strongest.
Luminosity.
So,
I mean, I
it's
don't
a
think
pretty good
Luminosity are going to have a
pull-up.
problem
I
with
feel like
Chiefs.
This is like one of those trap groups.
Yeah.
Like Luminosity will come in. You hope they won't, but maybe
What do
come
you
in
mean?
feeling a little too confident, a little overconfident of what they're
If
going to
OG
do. Because,
gets
we don't have to
pulled
play with
now,
American
if
team, we're
OG gets
feeling
pulled
good,
now, they're well
and
happy
then
with that
throw it
group.
away. So let's
Is
see
Epsilon
it.
are not
I feel
good?
like there's just
Epsilon
not
are
a lot of
really not
pressure
good.
on them, and that can bite you sometimes.
No, there's not a lot of pressure going into the group when you like look at it. You're like, oh, well, you look at the team names. Like,
I don't know, you
Luminosity
gamer,
should be able
bro.
to
I
take
don't know.
that
I'm
easy.
gonna
I would
after
not,
this, I am gonna
look
go
over Mind
off
Freak Chiefs, though.
and
I
then
see
come
a lot
back
of
with
these
some COD. I
Call of Duty
may
this year.
do that
Those two
though.
teams very good.
And they want
I may do that.
bad, man, when it comes to
I won't be gone
champ
for
time.
long
But
though, bro.
now, Group D
It's just 'cause I need to
is
end
up.
this
Let's see
to
who
keep it
repping
into
the
one
curve
video.
here
Do you know what I mean?
Group D.
All right,
it
here we
is
go.
time to find out the final team.
Number D.
That will be filling in this
Number
solid
D,
group
that's
of
the thing.
4. Who will it wind up being?
I got you,
One
I
of
got you.
5 squads.
We still got
Say
some
it as
very
soon as
strong
you see it,
teams
though, so I
left.
can
I
talk about
mean,
it.
we'll see who rounds out this group. Pop open the egg. It's going to be ground zero.
Ground Zero, formerly Dream Team. You know, they've had some ups and downs, whether it's with the org, as a squad.
That's
They've finished
killer.
as high
They're
as
well
second
happy.
in stage
They're well
2.
happy with that.
Disappointing result, though, most recently
That's
at
killer,
Orlando.
Sender,
You know, they have to
Chino,
feel pretty,
and
I wanna say almost
Diabolic.
fortunate to be in this pot A.
No, they're
and
not.
Look at
They're
a
so
very
good.
spot here. But
I love
Epsilon
Killer in
and
this game.
Allegiance,
How about you just pause it right
Okay,
now?
I
I think Epsilon is the dark horse in this one.
if we said these 3 teams were maybe kind of the tightest when you're looking between them, that's my number 2 right now.
Yeah,
What's
all
that?
with these. I think these 3 teams are very tight. I'm going to be very interested to see how
Yeah, that's because
Ground
they
Zero
came through the
X Dream
online
Team
qualifiers, isn't
bounces
it?
back early.
You gamer, mate. The reason
They have a
I'm
tough match against
I can't
a
do
team
that
like
until I
Epsilon
end the stream and
early.
restart it, mate. It's
You don't
because
know
I'm
if they
keeping
make it out
this
of groups
whole
as easy.
And sometimes people
session
confuse
watching
group
this
death.
into
Group death
one
isn't
so I
necessarily where
can
your
post that.
strongest team is. It's where it's
So,
the tightest amongst those
Right.
4.
Keep on the channel, I might be
Yes,
back in like
exactly.
5,
And right
10
now, if you're
afterwards.
looking at it,
You can go
A and D for me, for sure. We'll have to
No,
see
I
how
am
it
going to
all
get
goes
off
down, but
for a
right now,
minute.
those
Right,
looking
don't be
very,
mad
very
at me,
scary.
bro.
We've
Chill out.
got
Chill.
4 draws left.
Yeah, we do have 4 teams left. Just to recap, we have FaZe Clan, Optic Gaming, Envy, and Infuse still on the board.
And
So
those,
FaZe,
are outside of
Optic,
Rise Nation, you're looking
Envy.
at the top 4 teams outside of Rise. Like this is, you're leaving them all for
And,
last, basically, here to come down to the wire.
Fucking
Who's it going to be?
That last one, 'cause I was
Guys,
talking.
take it away.
Kill 'em again. 1 minute hurt. I can handle that. Chill out.
Our final 4 selections. They'll match up with 2 other North American squads
Yeah.
as well as a European team. John, please do the honors.
This is already a tough group looking at the board, but to make it even tougher, looks like it's going to be FaZe Clan.
Woo!
All right, so FaZe Clan
There we go, and we get a freeze.
now.
We get
All
a freeze.
right,
Alright, we're
FaZe
good.
has been drawn. They've had,
So
they've had a
FaZe get the
disappointing year,
AIDS
you could
group.
say, for Black Ops
They get
3.
the Elevate group.
And
This is
this
not-
is a scary group now, too.
This is not the spot to be in.
No, they're not happy with that. I'm
is
not happy if I'm
a
FaZe.
good group for FaZe. I mean, you talked about it. They struggled a little bit during the Black Ops 3 year. They're to go into one with Elevate, Corn, and a good Giants.
Elevate
team.
can
This
beat
is not
FaZe.
a good group. That might be the
Elevate
toughest
can beat
group
FaZe. It
as of
depends
right now.
If
all
you
on
take a
Percento
look
and
at your
Nagafen.
pod
Really, it
based on
does.
all our second teams here. Of the ones that have the most potential upset FaZe, you're going Splice, Elevate for me.
Yeah.
Those would be
Yeah,
the
but
2 without
probably.
question.
Nagafen
God, well, I
versus
mean, we're gonna have to
FaZe.
think and talk more,
Percento
obviously,
versus
as soon
FaZe.
as we're done with this about
This
where
is
we think
last
the group of death
year's
falls, but
rematch.
Group E being very scary for FaZe.
I mean, you look at the teams left. I think, you know, whoever ends up in this one, you're looking at that. That could be a very tough group as well.
Cloud9
Watch OG
Three
get G,
left
bro.
to draw.
Watch him.
Jack, who's it
Watch
gonna
him get G. It
Final
wouldn't
selections
like.
now into Group F. Revan, we've got 3
Yeah.
potential teams it could
It would be. It
2
would just be
powerhouse
classic
North
if they were
American
last,
squads,
wouldn't it?
one
Be classic.
very talented
You
European
couldn't
team.
script that shit.
Go ahead and
The
select
thing is, Parasite beat him last
teams
year
left
with
that could
under
possibly win the
FaZe with
entire event.
Aches, Slasher, and
Round things
another
out
team.
in this
Another
group,
player, sorry.
It's
might
going
have
to be
been said so.
Infused.
Woo!
All right, so our last European team comes off the board, and you're looking at, okay, at least from the online league, Orbit
They
at
get
times
the
is the top team in
TK. They get the
Australia.
like really easy
Cloud9.
group. That's an easy as fuck group. They only have to worry about tainted minds.
Look,
Who
Patrick
fucking
Price
cares about
averaging-
tainted minds?
Oh, I'm jumping.
I was like,
what am I doing?
yeah,
I have my mind in the
If
Cloud9
you're
group
anyone
already.
in there,
I
you're
was
happy,
jumping ahead.
but still,
I got a little
infused are
excited.
like, infused are
I
well
feel
happy.
much better here then.
Oh, no,
Fuse,
yeah.
You feel a lot better. Woo.
Yeah, you feel a lot better. Don't listen to Maven. He is actually...
I tried to scare all the
he
Infused
put you in
fans.
Group G. You guys are in Group F. This is a very good one for Infused.
So who's
I
left?
think one of the
It's
lighter
Rise. No,
now,
not Rise.
we're
It's
looking at our
Envy.
top two
It's the
teams in
top
North
two
America going into
teams.
Group
Yeah.
G, which could. I mean, you're at least looking at the toughest team
It's
from Pod C.
oh,
with
what,
Cloud9.
oh, mate.
funny. It's
It doesn't
Optic
matter
and
what
Envy, the last
happens
two
now.
remaining as well.
Oh, it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
the top
happens
two
now.
teams
It's still going to
left
be a
here,
hard
two
group
left
for
here.
OG.
Both these groups
Doesn't
are
matter
not
what
easy.
happens.
I mean, LDLC, you got like Watson and Shane here. You know, Panda's pretty good. Complexity, obviously, we saw them do some nice things in the online qualifier. And then Group G, obviously, Cloud9 and Orbit.
Mate, I want to see Parasite versus OG. I want to see OG like make him retire.
Groups G and H.
Fucking
are all
Haggy get the
remain.
steam
We're gonna start
cuisine.
with Group G. One of two squads.
Arguably the top two teams in the world right now.
Well, one pop.
All right, pick it.
There you go. I'll pick it.
Let's see who
Here we
it's
go.
going to be.
Here we go.
Two choices. It's going to be
Is it?
Team Envious.
Oh!
Team Envy, it's the boys in blue.
No, it's not.
Part of me hoping
Yeah.
you'd have Optic and Criminix going against each other in groups, but it is going to be Envy. Well, with the way they've been playing, yes, this is a hard group.
X gets a
It's JCat
go
versus
up
Aches.
against,
It's
Slasher and
Slasher
Jacob.
versus Aches.
Obviously, he's on
It's
Envy
Slasher
earlier
versus
there,
Aches.
in the
No one
season.
could write that.
I think this is one that
No
Envy
one could
should
write
hold that
Slasher
top spot.
Aches.
It's just really
That's
determines what kind
classic.
of Cloud9 we see. At
Oh,
XP.
please. I want
Well, I mean,
I
whether they
want
show up
Slasher
or
to
not.
If you
shit on
pick two
Aches.
teams
I
that
want him to
think will upset the
scream.
most, it'd have to be Envy and Optic. Obviously, a lot of history there with Crim. A lot of history here with Slasher. A lot of headbutting with
This
the
is
squad.
not, Orbit is not going to be a team you're just going to run over. I think Orbit can definitely keep those games close against Cloud9.
Well, guys, there's only one team left on the board, but I'm going to make Jack do his little wonder thing there with the ball. Go ahead, Jack.
I guess I'm doing my little one thing there with the ball. Thank you, Maven. The final team to be selected into Group H.
Why?
You know what it is, but to make it legit.
To round things out, for the groups, Optic Gaming.
Why did they
Ends
get
up being
last?
Optic
There it is.
Gaming, mostly considered the top team now for years. They've been playing together.
Jalil,
for
you
what
talking to
now-
me,
it
bro?
seems like forever.
Why are you roasting me,
Arguably,
bro?
the four best players in
Tell
Call
me
of
to
Duty.
shut up. Or are you talking to you,
It's hilarious
gamer?
to me that they end up being the final draw here for Group H.
And it's
Come
not,
on,
it's
Jaleel.
not an easy
Coob
group.
Jaws.
I mean,
What
look
name
at
is
some
that?
of these other ones. You can say they're significantly easier than this one. I mean, Complexity is a very good squad. We talked about the good things that Panda did in the online qualifier. NLDLC with Watson and Shane.
Yeah.
I think it's a very tough group for Optic Gaming
Shush
to
you,
get
gamer.
you know,
Don't
3
start
North
arguing,
American
boys.
teams in this
Come on.
group. Is that the most of any group? E and H are the only with 3 North American teams.
All right, so we obviously there are going to be people. I know you guys are going to be doing YouTube videos, breaking this down, picking what your
Yeah.
Uh,
group of death is. Matt
You
and I are
already
gonna
know.
do this on the spot, just haven't seen it. But I'm
Maven
still
knows.
supporting these two personally. Where are you looking?
Yeah, I think when you look
Millennium
at it,
Spice,
I think
Living the
you have
Dream,
to
and
kind of say
Revoltables,
Group E,
Rise,
probably the
Hypergames,
toughest,
Apotheon,
with
Supremacy,
Elevate, FaZe,
Luminosity,
and
Mind
Fortnite
Freaks,
and
Fabi
Giants is a very good
Chiefs,
team.
Ground Zero,
I even think
Allegiance,
I think G
Epsilon,
is tough
Pulse.
as well. I think even though Envy is obviously
Oh,
you know,
you've
the
got to
top
feel
dogs
bad
in that
for
one,
Envy,
I think
innit?
Orbit Cloud9 could be
Gotta
some
feel
pretty
bad
close
for...
games.
Bro, that's Vitality and
We're
Cloud9.
close. We're, what, 2 weeks away here before we hop into it. And this has been fun. I mean, this is the first time we've done this kind of group play draw live. You see how everything worked out. We were getting a live update in the background here for your final groups. You can see here A through H. Let us know your thoughts on Twitter. Tweet at COD World League. At us for CWL.
Well, at least do a
We would love to know
breakdown,
what you
lads.
think the
Don't just
toughest
go
group
off
is,
now.
How you feel about the chances for your favorite team at home. This is going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Now, let's say you're at home and you're not going to be able to make it out to COD XP. We've got something fun for you guys. You know, working with GameStop, we got the bracket challenge now coming up. There's going to be $25,000 on the line here as you're going to be able to fill out your bracket at home. It's going to be the winner's bracket. To explain it in a little more detail, let's take a look at this quick video.
After each team has played the other 3 teams in their group, each group's top 2 teams advance.
How are we feeling about that?
Where those 16 teams compete in the double elimination bracket
I love
until we crown the 20
I love the fact that all those groups are competitive groups. Like, all of them. Even the shit groups have got other shit teams in them. It's not like 3 powerhouse and 1 shit team. Anyone can get through.
or Australia, New Zealand.
Anyone can get through those groups. Honestly, I really feel that I can.
Tune in September 1st through 4th for all of the action. You may be wondering, how can I participate if I'm not able to play in or attend the 2016 Call of Duty Championship? The good news is that this year, for the first time ever, you can
Yeah.
participate in a $25,000 to you by GameStop. And the even better news is that you can play right now.
You gamer, bro, you need to chill. You ain't got no chill, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna even do that, bro, because like
$25,000
you gamer's
on the
got his
line.
life.
Now remember, this is
Fucking,
just going to be for the winners bracket. There are going to be tiebreakers when we talk about.
I'm streaming off the
basically picking the
PS4,
matches
so
in the
like
final, and also
you can only
timing
stream
is a
certain apps.
big
I don't
piece
think
of
you can even
this. You
stream
need to get
whilst
it
on
done
YouTube.
first, because if you have the same bracket as somebody else,
I'm
a lot of this
chill.
may be coming down to when you actually got your picks through. To my understanding, this is going to be live in the next 5 minutes or so once the show wraps. So make sure to keep your eyes on the COD World League Twitter.
I like the fact that we've got
COD
COD, because that means there's a little bit of fucking. There's some storyline there at least. There's some parasite storyline going on.
Be eligible to win, but it's pretty awesome, obviously, to see GameStop come in, support COD champs in that way.
Well, really, I mean, this is going to be it, except we have one more show leading up to champs. This is obviously our group play draw. Next up is going to be our actual kind of group and bracket show. We're going to break down who we think are going to be the top 2 coming out, do a little background on the players from a COD XP/champs type portfolio, just going through it all so you guys can, get our thoughts on it, how we think it's all going to play out. But hey, it's been fun. It's been really exciting to do this group draw play live. And now, 2 weeks we are from COD XP. Buy your tickets. It's going to be a hell of a time. We'll see you then.
Okay, are they going to show the groups while it's going off? Why would they not put the groups up? Put the fucking groups up. That's cancer. Whatever. Alright. So that's over. Chill out. Bro, you about to get the hot block. I'm joking. Regardless of whether I want to, I can't have your video up on the screen, bro. I can't do that. Won't let me do that. PS4 won't let me do that. So I ain't sure. But yeah. Talk to me, Ben. Yeah, Queen Laquifa in the chat says phase and elevate in one group. Fuck, I didn't know you're on PS4. Yeah, no, I'm streaming on PS4, you gamer, bruv. I can still hit your videos up with some ratings though, bro. I can still do that for you. Drop me a little bit of a sub for sub, mate. Do you know what I mean? Sub for sub. 1200 MSP dual com. P in the butt nipple shot. We'll do that. Anyway, Queen Laquifa. Phase and elevate in one group. Fuck yeah, no, you're right. Although it wouldn't have been any better because that's like the rematch from last year. Because that denial team was like minus like JCap and replays. That's like 2 people. You don't know me, dude. Oh, that's Bobby. Is that Bobby? Is that Bobby? Is that Shaquifa? Probably. It does make sense. My bad, Bobs. But yeah, no. Yeah, phase and elevate in the same group is gonna. That's the rematch from last year. TR versus Denial, 2016. Ben, who's taking the TR Denial rematch? Because my money's on elevate. Like, I think FaZe are gonna whack out early. I think they're gonna get fucked early. It could happen. I could really see that happening. Yeah, I mean, you look at it 2 ways. It champs. You either overplay or you underplay. There's no like in the middle. We played just the right amount. You're either going to play too much and get smoked, or you're not going to play enough and you're going to get smoked. Especially with Rise as well, because I feel like they won't play as much as they need to. I don't ever really see them scrimming, because they always stream. Like Octane and Octane always streams. I don't know about Looney. I've never even seen his stream. But I don't know, man. I want to see FaZe get shit on by. I just want to see Nagafen like hit some nasty clutch in S&D, because I know he can do that. First level 1000 South Africa. I'm the first level 1000 in South Africa. Astra Infinite is my YouTube. 2000 subs. Shut the fuck up, Bobby. Yeah, but as far as Rise go, I'm gonna head to Twitter and look at these groups again. Oh shit, because I know they'll be on Twitter, so I'll go on there right now and have a look. They would have been tweeted by now, wouldn't they, Ben? Yeah. I need to take a look because they weren't very. What's that? Sorry. Yeah, there's no groups without a team in it that I want to watch. No. What's the closest to a dead group in like probably D, Ground Zero, Allegiance, Epsilon, and Pulse. But even then, you still got Killer. Yeah. Right, Group A, Millennium, Splice. Let's go through our top 2 in each group. So we got Millennium, Splice, Living the Dream, and Revoltables. This is going purely off the fact that I don't know who Living the Dream or Revoltables are. I'm going to go Splice first place and Millennium second. Can we agree on that? That's a pretty simple one. You think it's either or? You think Swanee can beat them? Yeah, they can. I just think like they got shit on in the last season of the Pod League for some reason. I don't know why. Not only is he a smart player, he's like Swanee's like the only AR who still adopts that anchor, sit in a spot and do not move. He got 5 kills in an entire game of Capture the Flag on Stronghold because he didn't move for 5 minutes and he didn't die. He didn't get a kill and he didn't die for 5 minutes. It's hilarious. I remember watching that at one of the events. Right, so Group B, Rise Nation, Hyper Games, Apotheon, and Supremacy. I'm going Rise, and it's a toss between Supremacy and Hyper Games. Hyper Games haven't played well at a LAN all year, so I'm going Supremacy as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy. Group C is Luminosity, Mind Freak, Fab Games, and Chiefs. I think that's pretty easy there. I think Luminosity and Mind Freak. I think that's what in order actually. I think Chiefs and Fabby are going to be 3rd, 4th. Well, it's not Fabby, is it? It's Fab Games. There's 2 teams. See, I don't know. Fuck it. Who cares? That's all people put in the chat whenever there's EU teams playing. It's just Fabby. Yeah, probably. Right, Ground Zero, Killer, Allegiance, Epsilon, who are trash, and Pulse. I'm still going Ground Zero, then Epsilon, because the thing is, mate, it's not the same Epsilon team. This Epsilon team's not very good. Like, really not very good. If I'm right, they got absolutely shit on in the World League. They went like 3-17 or some shit. So, I could be talking about another EU squad that has a big name, but I don't think I am. I think I'm talking about the right team. So we got... Alright, so I'm going Ground Zero, then Epsilon. What's your pick there? Allegiance and Pulse ain't really looking like they're going to do anything, mate. So... yeah. Alright, then... FaZe, Elevate, Korn, and Giants. That's in order for me, if you ask me. You think? I think I want them to, and I think they could, but I think group play won't be a problem for them. I think if they're going to have problems, it will be in the winners bracket. Yeah, I'm going FaZe, Elevate, then Korn and Giants. Really, I couldn't care less what order they're in. Infused, TK, Most Wanted, Tainted Minds. That's in order, if you ask me. Infused, TK. Yeah, but TK could lose to Tainted Minds, because Tainted Minds are like the 2nd seed ANZ team. They could lose. Yeah, they ain't got an easy run at all. I'm surprised they got through the online qualifier. So was Mr. X. Alright, then we got last 2, Envy, Orbit, Cloud9, Vitality. So it's really here between Cloud9 and Vitality. And for me, I think Vitality are going to beat them. I honestly think Vitality are going to shit on Aches. Because Aches are ass. Like, Aches is ass at this game. Like, I don't know what it is. He may have just hit the killer. Like, he's like 22 and he just can't play anymore. Like, Yeah. Be right back, stream. Okay, so hold on, let me get this group up again. Right, final group, Group H. Optic Gaming, Complexity, Panda, and LDLC. I think it would be that order. I honestly do. But then again, I think Panda can beat Cole. They really can. That's Havoc's team. They're good. They're really impressive. Cole are Cole. Like that's para. I haven't got any faith in Parasite. He really has to impress me during the group play. Like they have to take 2 games off OG like they did at Orlando. Like, because they got, you know, Parasite's team, I think it was like Kingdom or some shit. They took us to game 5 at Orlando, and then Karma got a 1v3 and Krim got a 4-piece. You can't really do anything against that. But like still, it's really between Panda and Cole for me. Panda and Cole are fighting for the win here. But the way it is, no one actually goes out during groups. Even if you get shit on, no one goes out. The bottom 2 just go into the losers bracket. It is bottom 2 into the losers bracket, isn't it? Isn't just 3rd in the losers bracket, 4th is out? Yeah, when you get into losers, of course. Yeah, you're right, yeah. Would make sense. Because that would be a bit bullshit if you pay to get into an event or you play all that. Yeah, because you can have a shit group by chance. So I'm going OG. I'm going Panda 2nd place, COL 3rd, LDLC last. I honestly think that Panda will beat Cole. No one was like, everyone's preparing for OG, everyone's preparing for MV and Rise and Vase. No one's preparing for Panda Gaming, especially not Cole. So like, you know, well, of course I can't blame them. Like, who gives a fuck about Havoc? What a cunt. But like, still, hey, that doesn't make any sense. What is he playing? Is he playing on Havoc from BO2? But yeah, still. I'd say that's pretty easy group. What's the group of death? Here we go. There's always a group of death every year, isn't there? Are you looking at the groups? Okay, I'm looking at them right now. I'd say the closest to that. Nah, see, I think the closest to group of death here is FaZe Elevate, because Giants are not good, but they're not awful. Like Giant, they're not like great, but they're not buns. What you mean, like what you mean, like one of the big teams? Who's like that? Splice and Millennium could be saying that, because they're the two top EU teams. They're like number 1 and 2 EU in the same. And I think Splice... I think Splice are going to wank on Millennium. I don't want them to, but, mate, watching them play at Anaheim, I think it was Anaheim, when they beat FaZe and Rise in Game 5. Like, they didn't just beat them a fluky 3-0. They literally took them to Game 5 and smashed them. It weren't no accident. You kept up the pressure for long enough to edge it over the line. That's different. I like the groups. They're never really varied, but none of them are like overly exciting. There's like a lot of teams there that are like good, but none of them are like, oh shit. Like, mate, for me, the most exciting 2 groups there are Group A and fucking E. Millennium Splice for A and FaZe Elevate for fucking... That's the like 2... Yeah, you gotta feel bad for Millennium that they got Splice, because that's the team they didn't want. If you're Millennium, because they got shit on by Splice, they've been getting shit on by Splice all year. So, like... Well, not like all year, but for the like last little while, they've been getting shit on by Splice. Like, they had, like Millennium were good for a little while, and then they... Like, the last couple of months have essentially just been Splice shitting on everyone, so... In EU, that is. And then they had a little off bit. What up, Ollie Lewis, bro? What's going on? But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream there to the people that are still watching. If you want, in about 10 minutes is gonna get uploaded again. So if you didn't see the groups, you can watch the groups and me talking about it on the old channel. Let me know what you think. All right. End this stream and